Okay, hard mode shouldn't be too bad. I played RE1, so it should be pretty easy, right? Oh, just starting in the middle of the action. Okay. Oh, already grabbed. Okay. Just, oh, nope. Just run. Alright, just run. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is bad. Okay, just shoot him. Just shoot him. Okay. Alright, just, oh my gosh, die. Just keep running. Keep running. Just run. That's all we can do. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Just, please die. 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 Just die. Okay, come on. Hurry up and die. Please. Come on. Just stay down. Oh no. Oh no. It's gonna be a long game, isn't it?
What's up, nerds? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and if it's your first time, welcome. I talk about video games here, and today is the second entry in the series where I play every Resident Evil game. And of course that means we're talking about Resident Evil 2. So if you watched my previous video, you will know that I actually got hooked on the franchise with the RE2 remake. I played a couple of the games beforehand, but the RE2 remake is the one that really hooked me on the franchise. So of course, coming back to the original one, I was a little bit wary. However, I'm kind of kicking myself for not playing this game sooner because this game is a masterpiece. It's everything that a sequel should be, and it improved upon almost every aspect of Resident Evil 1. And so I love this game, and I'm going to share my thoughts about it. And so in this one, you play as Claire Redfield and Leon Kennedy. And really the main point of the game is you're trapped in Raccoon City, which has been overrun by zombies. And the game mainly takes place in the RPD, the Raccoon Police Station. And you have to escape. And along the way, as Claire, you'll meet a young girl named Sherry, who has a connection with one of the bosses of this game, Birkin. And as Leon, you meet this woman named Ada, who is kind of suspicious. And the story is a wild ride from the beginning on the streets of Raccoon City to ending in a fiery explosion in one of Umbrella's main labs. And this story is bigger and better than the RE1 story. It's got, the highs and lows and, emotional scenes. And overall, it's a wild time. You'll love it. This game is, like I said earlier, bigger and better than RE1. First off with the map size. The map is substantially bigger than Resident Evil 1. There's so many different areas. So there's four main areas. One of them's a bit smaller. However, you got the RPD, the sewers beneath the RPD, a train warehouse in the town, and then finally the Umbrella Lab. And each of these maps are just sprawling and have tons of little secrets for you to find, and just hidden rooms and puzzles and enemies scattered throughout, and it's just a pretty good time. And the controls and the combat are pretty similar to RE1. The controls are basically the exact same, as well as when you're fighting enemies and stuff. However, there's some different guns that you can play with. Leon gets a shotgun, as in Claire gets it's kind of like a crossbow. It's a bolt gun, and as well as both of them can equip a machine gun, as well as you can unlock a Gatling gun and a rocket launcher. And throughout the game, you're going to be solving a lot of puzzles. I enjoyed most of the puzzles. They were pretty fun, especially running around the RPD. It's one of my favorite parts of these games. Is really just running back. Is the running back and forth, especially in the RPD. One of the puzzles, you have to get these two red jewels, and you'll find them both scattered throughout the map. And you have to solve a little puzzle, collect one, and then run to the other side of the map, insert it into a statue, and then you get a reward. And I just really enjoy doing that. And as you're running throughout the map, you'll encounter several different types of enemies. Some of them are returning from RE1, like the zombie, which is basically the same, although there are some new models to reflect the change in scenery. As well as the crow, which are really annoying. I hate them so much, especially in that one hallway. Cerberus as well return, which I hate them too. They're so annoying, especially when they gang up on you. And once you make it in the sewers, you'll find the spiders, which that marks all of the returning enemies from Resident Evil 1. And we got some new enemies as well, like the Ivy and the Poison Ivy, which are super hard to avoid, especially when you run past their corpse. They kind of give you a little whip. And you also fight the iconic Licker makes its appearance in this game, which are terrifying as ever, especially as someone who's used to the remake Lickers. I really love the breathing. It's so creepy in this game, as seen in this clip. Like, come on, that is so, like, unsettling. Just the fact that it's just, like, normal breathing, but it's, like, coming from this monstrosity. And also, in the lab, you fight, like, kind of a plant-infested liquor, which those are terrifying, and they're pretty hard to kill. As well as, you do face a few bosses in this game, which I feel like RE1 had kind of better bosses. I don't know if that's kind of a hot take opinion, but yeah. So one of the bosses you face is the giant alligator, which I'm not sure, I don't know, he just kind of runs at you and then you have to shoot a barrel. It's kind of a letdown boss. At least in the remake, they had like kind of a chase scene, which I think in both games, this boss is kind of a letdown. They could have done a lot more with him. And the main boss in this game is, Birkin or Jeep, which he has several different forms that you have to fight, although you only really fight him twice. Technically 3 in the B scenario ending. However, once again, I don't know. This boss fight just didn't gel well with me. I mean, it was alright. I just think they could have done a lot more with him. But unfortunately, the biggest letdown for me is Tyrant, or as the remake calls him, Mr. X. He only shows up in the B scenario, and I understand why people say now that like the remake really improved upon him, because yeah, he's pretty disappointing. But his boss fight is pretty fun, especially when he kills Mr. X. He drops this one-liner straight out of RE4, which I think is really fun.
Game over.
Yeah, I think ultimately the bosses are pretty disappointing in this game. And it's probably the biggest mark against this game that I have personally. So to finish off, honestly, this game is a masterpiece. It almost knocked out the RE2 remake as my favorite Resident Evil. Just barely. There are some things that I feel like the remake does better. However, ultimately I feel like this is a more complete and better game. Again, the enemies, the map, the gameplay, they're all just such an improvement from RE1 that it's like everything a sequel should be, and it goes a step further. There are some extra modes here. The Force Survivor and the Tofu Survivor, if you played the remake, you'll know they return, where you play as either Hunk or Tofu, and you have to fight your way from the sewers back through the RPD, and it's an enjoyable game. It's really hard. I still haven't beaten the original one yet. I'm working on that. You also get an extra mode called Extreme Battle, where you can play as a selection of characters, including Leon, Claire, Ada, and, surprisingly, Chris, which I had no idea he was in this game, so that was a really fun surprise for me. And basically, you play through 3 different stages as you go from the laboratory, and you end up back in the RPD, which that was pretty fun. And it's kind of like the Force Survivor, except you're playing as the characters. It's a little bit easier as well, and you basically have to collect 4 antivirus bombs, which I feel like this game definitely has a lot more to offer than the remake. Which this game definitely has a lot more extra modes than the remake, which is pretty good. So my final thoughts on this game: go and play it. That's all I can say. If you enjoyed the RE2 remake, you will definitely enjoy this one. And it's just really cool to see what they changed, what they improved, what they took away, what they're lacking. But yeah, this was kind of an eye-opener for me. I'm definitely going to replay this game in the future because just more RE2, and I love Resident Evil 2. And thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'm super excited for RE3 remake, for the RE3, because it has Jill, and that's the biggest strike against this game, is that it doesn't have the best Resident Evil character, Jill Valentine. But yeah, so thank you for watching, and have a good one. Bye-bye.
Come on, time to leave.
Now? What's wrong? Is something following us?
We have to go. We don't have any time to waste.
Go? Where?
Hey, it's up to us to take out Umbrella.